Kuzuzambo and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program with me, Ishi Galson. In our top stories this week, His Majesty the King graced the closing ceremony of the 10th session of the Second Parliament. His Holiness the J. Khenpo presided over the Purjang ceremony of the Riksum Gyomba Lam. And State of the World's Children Report 2017 calls for policy to protect children in a digital world. His Majesty the King graced the closing ceremony of the 10th session of the Second Parliament. His Majesty was accompanied by Her Majesty the Gelson.
While addressing the Parliament, His Majesty shared the importance of two houses in decision-making for the country.
Damlingi netang da takpatemba kani mibigi tugi juwa da chidibe. Da ngaragi jedire beru talapagi lamdi ken sara da ji chetabe. The lamdi tangchuchu yan kap the napi mijel. Jeben lam gotab lashe yubda yan the lam kabje lashe ki donka hyusub zumbe tebe tommel. The ka chishu dira ngachira gyakab gi maumbi lamdi rango randro da pejo gombe gi lam. Ngarsu zam danzi tabi gi lam. Degi gi lam the shide gi lam se. Namra beru ngachira gyakabi lamdi 사고 가시기 사고 날로 데 휴수베라 탑람 뛰니기 genkude ngachira gewa choga기 제도 진기 튜미스기베 박디베 자슈돌 데 마파 주라 노솜 레짐베 담잠지기 미두벨 genkude 튼툼기 리퍼데 주룹 타담시 panchu디베 다파 베탕디 카치이골루 카치슈데라 룹디 레줌베 튼숲디 Gobel. The na Dugia Havnaludi, Major Kunchusumgi Tujichinlap, Yabje Tamba, Tinchigi, Pam, Meongaderumbuchi Dugi Jibagi, Kalublamtun, Major Zonga Kichi, the Geog Nijanga, Mrs. Chirin Chusum Kaaragi, Japchuletin, the Gehabgi Chalas Zebikable, Tochakane, Meba, Kaara, Rewalelak, Name Samelejimbe.
The parliamentarians thanked His Majesty the King for his guidance and support. The session, which started on 15th of last month, passed Tourism Levy Exemption Bill of Bhutan 2017, Audit Bill 2017, and Narcotics, Drugs, Psychotropic Substances, and Substance Abuse Bill of Bhutan 2017, among others. The 10th session of Second Parliament ended with the members of Parliament offering Tashimilam to His Majesty the King. Samtan Dolkar, BBS News.
His Holiness the J. Khenpo presided over the Purjang ceremony of the 16th Lam of Riksum Gyomba, Lam Doji. The ceremony was held at Chutekora in Trashiansi.
Lams and monks from Tongsa and Tashiangse Rabde accompanied His Holiness the J. Khenpo. Thousands of people from nearby Dzongkhaks also gathered to offer prayers. Late Lamdoji is from Mongar. He started his monastic education at the age of 8 from Tongsa Rabde. He was serving at the Rabde before His Holiness the 67th J. Khenpo Ngong Tilil Hindup appointed him as the Riksum Gyomba Lam. He served as Riksum Gyomba Lam for over 4 decades. Lamdoji passed away last month at the age of 91. For Sringzam in Tashiangse, Dishinongmo, BBS News.
A photo exhibition in honor of His Majesty the 4th Drugyalpo opens at the Royal Textile Academy. The exhibition features candid photos of over 5,000 Bhutanese from different walks of life sharing a same Tashikada blessed by His Holiness the J. Khenpo.
Her Majesty Galyum Sangnicharin Wangchuk graced the occasion. Melam, A Nation Pauses to Pray, is a nationwide photographic campaign held during the auspicious year of 2015 to celebrate the 60th birth anniversary of His Majesty the 4th Drugyalpo. It features His Holiness DJ Khenpo, Prime Minister, farmers, and young novice monk in remote villages holding a ceremonial scarf posed for a moment from their daily lives in a moment of silence and prayer. Artist Karmajigmi said the portraits traverse different ethnic, caste, creed, gender, age, political and professional background.
Melam is a collection of 5,385 portrait pictures of Bhutanese people from 20 Dzongkok, from different walks of life, sharing single tashikada, which is blessed by Jabji Tukujimi Characho, and sharing a little moment from their daily life as a tribute to His Majesty. And I, as a photographer and an artist, I've captured that little moment as a tribute to His Majesty.
It took him over 4 months and 20 districts for the Melam collection. A book with the collection was also presented to His Majesty the King on behalf of the participants. The exhibition remains open to the public for 3 months at the Royal Textile Academy Gallery. Sonam Funso, BBS News.
The Public Accounts Committee of the joint sitting of the Parliament recommended the Rural Enterprise Development Corporation Limited to immediately implement efficient monitoring in coordination with relevant stakeholders. The committee also recommended the REDCL to institute measures to strictly comply on recovery of funds.
The Panbang MP said the percentage of non-performance loans of the corporation while functioning as the Business Opportunity and Information Centre is quite alarming compared to that of the European countries.
Kindril patangshimle, kindril lok matopmidila. Jungkur mangil dangpanalu, kindril lok matopmidi dangagi jududibi shuwachin, te saya jigja nishumela, te jashale pabachin. Jungkur mangil dangpanale kindri taminale jasha sumchudi te lok mathopgi seshi be seshuni. Jungkur mangil nipanalu te lok mathopmedi saya shipchushi ge dele jachago pabachin non performing loan dila. Kindri di lok mathopmedi jasha sumchu.
Jacha kechi din bet sunande te di den seshunila. Di tamami battendigi be. The key mibale kindu digi kit namasame chungu imbale tendigi be the dizumgi netangu tung sewegi tengachigit nilam toin sishuni the da chongi gokap da dadin tewagi netang lejim be chashi bedigi be the di cheji kadimchi maximum limit chi the kongi the kyakop be the konlu be bodalu the kongi chacha sumchu de chi ke nai sishunila the dare chacha kechi din di
Some members raised the issues on the complexity of loan procedures, which is leading to a series of problems. Some of them said there is no monitoring body to monitor the loans once it is released. All these issues, according to the members, are contributing to non-performing loans.
다 kindridi chaju dub inalo namesamigi yunjambe gobigi nidin chi ani yuisi shunila kindridi chaju dub sadigira beru dinalo da kindridi pa fund release lamela da nalebhabu kindridi tamdalo digi lamlu disya namesamigi da ingina bewachi complex la kunyokta chi message shunila nidi
mese nyamchungi tammibi bulindi lokdi tabdalu te di dokte mibdalu te khore tamni yoba mibingale rogi kindri jimitbe te jimatubingale ngachigi gyakap nalu the 총델디 가데베야기 컴퓨터니 모스주니 다 딜루 믹디기베 ngachirigi te tari te lezin 뉴딜기 lezin te sabbe tsugumidra te diletendi bingi seshunila 다니 비니디기 te kanil tyong seshunila kaniga ne mebigi te ladit ngachichamchimen toto nyukhangdisugi dizumigi lamlitsu chanyam jitsuk 베디기베 가뎀치 te kadedada khore bebina non performing loans chera khasmi shudela.
The House also recommended maintaining a reasonable time taken by REDCL to disburse the loans in order to strengthen its services. The Public Accounts Committee submitted the performance audit report based on the observations and comments made by the Royal Audit Authority in September this year. For Changadoji and Pema Sewang, Sunam Pem for PBS News.
The cottage and small industry sector in the country is expected to grow from next year. The Royal Monetary Authority released the priority sector lending guidelines, which will focus on providing loans at a preferential rate to the sector.
The guidelines coordinates interventions of several government agencies to stimulate the CSI sector through improved access to finance. As per the policy, except for BDBL, RICB and Bhutan Insurance Limited, all other financial institutions in the country will have to allocate 1% of its total loans to agricultural, cottage and small industry in 2018. The Central Bank, in consultation with the Finance Ministry and financial institutions, prescribed the preferential rate.
Sanam, Kofeltani, Lectubeni, Dedele Nobnibadi, Nangzoda,
This priority sector lending will help two jewels of our economy, agriculture and cottage and small industries. Actually, the government is trying to improve all 5 jewels equally, but due to budget constraint, we could not bring qualitative improvement in all.
For primary production under agriculture, an individual can get a loan up to 500,000 ngitam. For group and cooperatives and incorporated companies, the ceiling is 10 million ngitam.
The priority sector lending program is going to transform our entire economy. In fact, it is going to revolutionize the whole economy of Bhutan.
The RMA approved the guidelines in June this year. It is the result of His Majesty's address on 109th National Day celebrations in Tongsa last year. For Pembacheong, Sonamongdi, PBS News.
Widening works of the East-West Highway in Tongsa is expected to be complete before the monsoon next year. Going by the Department of Roads Regional Office there, on an average, about 60% of the work has been achieved so far.
"14 contractors are executing the work along the 100-kilometer stretch of the East-West Highway, which falls within the Dzongkhag's administration. It starts from Chuserbu in Tongsa till Nangar in Bumtang. Officials said most contractors are speeding up works to meet the expected deadline.
Even the contractors are concerned, we are concerned, and with our repeated instructions, requests and strategies, the contractors there, all of them are now into production of these aggregates to fill up to work with the layer works, which is called payment works.
The construction companies working along the stretch are equally optimistic of completing the work as planned.
During summer we had faced a lot of problems because of heavy rainfall and then landslides everywhere, so we had to re-clear everything that was finished earlier. So now we have almost completed the re-clearing work as well. So now we will be laying the base course by this 15th of this December, and then we will be completing the laying of base course and all aggregates within 2-3 months, and then after that we have a hope of completing or coming up with the blacktop work as well.
During summer, no matter how many machines and resources we manage, the work result is not so significant. But now, in winter, it is better. We are working hard and expect to complete the work as per the schedule.
Meanwhile, besides machinery breakdown and budget issues, the chief engineer said the system of allowing a contractor under class large to execute 5 different works simultaneously hampers the work progress.
So if we award to them, example, one contractor gets 3 works or 4 works, then his resources are getting stretched. He's not able to put the required resources to one side. We have to share the resources, sharing resources, and because of that, they are making the progress.
Widening works along the 100-kilometer stretch started in June 2015. The government has allocated around 2.5 billion Newton for the works in Trongsa district. From Trongsa, Pasa, BBS News.
With digital technology making new innovations and gadgets every day, almost every child has access to knowledge at the click of a mouse. But so is the danger. The UNICEF Country Office launched the State of the World's Children Report 2017. It sets 6 policy areas where the countries can seek to harness the power of information and communications technology for the most disadvantaged children and protect the most vulnerable.
There are a lot more on how technology changes lives of millions for good. But along with the advantages, there are also risks of vulnerable children becoming susceptible to exploitation, abuse, and trafficking online. And around the world, very little is done to address the threats a child is exposed to in the digital world. UNICEF country representatives said there is a need for more collaboration among policymakers and relevant agencies to create a safer world of digital technology for the children. One area is putting children at the center of digital policy and teaching digital literacy to keep children informed, engaged and safe, besides safeguarding children's privacy and identities online.
The problematic part of digital technology is that children can be exposed to risks. They can be exposed to sexual abuse, to unwanted content. And we have to make sure that children are safe when they are online.
The State of the World's Children Report calls for faster action, focused investment and greater cooperation among relevant agencies to protect children from the harms of digital technologies. Pup Game for BBS News.
The Ministry of Labour and Human Resources has stopped providing tuition fees to youth undergoing basic Japanese language course. The decision has affected many youth who have decided to go to Japan to study and earn. It is mandatory to undergo the basic language course to study and earn in Japan. Since April this year, over 500 youth have left for Japan through the Bhutan Employment Overseas.
Initially, about 400 youth registered for the April 2018 batch to go to Japan for study and earn. But following the ministry's decision to withdraw the tuition fees, over 100 youth could not attend the language class. Only 250 of them are currently undergoing the basic Japanese language course.
Mapani godang paya ngache BO na lo register bo da konge di stipend di so kon la be ansem be kare konge stipend the tuition fee di so kare.
When we first registered with BEO, we were informed that the Labour Ministry will support tuition fees for us. After the registration and when we are about to start class, they informed us that we will not get tuition fees and stipend. Most of us come from far districts and poor family background to attend the class.
A group of youth appealed to the Labour Minister following the ministry's order.
220 something juiva lang acha deso ya lempo be chao jugo be da lempo le kidu chi shugo be no lempo kidu naus no be juila yata.
Around 220 of us appealed the minister with a letter expecting that the minister will accept our request. But minister said due to budget constraint, the ministry cannot provide tuition fees for us. BEO accepted to deduct tuition fee for around 100 of us from our loan.
The issue was also discussed during the recent Public Accounts Committee's report on employment generation and promotion initiatives in the National Assembly. The Labour Ministry paid the tuition fees for the 3 previous batches, which comes to around 5,000 Niltrum per student per month.
Japan nation disuki katule namesmi lerim lesham jibe jodusumbe marigi ko debe lei debe zenami dule namsmi kari chela ko Japan ge khapna machu gi nyule te dinalu te mangulchi nashne be khona Japan ki khakil habni ki dilo jabjurna de du sunila khakil habdalo khonlo thui azrena de du te darebe de thui di te ta mebi ki luju imbe ta ne be dilo thui di te thudi be na ma sumi ki kangilchi kadle thensu bina ase te mijila lombi ki khatule na se subajin tangba ngari ki doksel di tin sunila
야고미 디 쪼라 파미 차치 상람베 담베 미투베 십셀 레심베 베고베 따디베 나제라 록 예법다 티디베 나제 랭카기 카툴레 베니베 데베 자이 세슈닐라 나제라 자판 루담다 오티트세 오버시스 트레이닝 앤 인턴십 트레이닝세 아님치엘라 다니다 나제 자판 싱다 롤랍디베 데리 나제라 데 치치 겐자치 세이잡니베 나제라 칼랍도 치레 랭카다 tindogi tholebe te di besa shimle yepji gara phale jeso disu phale thobbe ajin ngaje najin busta bum disu gi te kindulya len magu be debe du session.
Bhutan Employment Overseas sent the last batch of Bhutanese youth to Japan in October this year. For Pimotong, Chonidama for BBS News.
Orange export season is finally here, but unlike past seasons, this time farmers as well as orange contractors of Tsendegan in Tagana are not excited about this approach. This is because they do not have much to harvest, following a drastic drop in their orange yield.
67 years of age, Sarup Singh buys most of his oranges for export from Tsendegan. As is the practice, he has already booked orange orchards of farmers when the trees started bearing fruits. This time, he has over 10 acres of orchards to pluck fruits from, but the return looks poor.
Normally we start picking the fruits from mid-November, but this time I started a bit late. Last year, around this time, I exported 13 DCM trucks of oranges to Phuntsling. But this year, there are 4 men plucking the oranges, and in 5 days, they couldn't even fill up a Bolero pickup truck. I had to send it half filled.
Farmers attribute the drop in their cash crops yield to untimely rain pattern followed by disease infestation. They say compared to last year, their harvest has dropped by almost 70%.
As the trees started flowering, there was a heavy rainfall and hailstones, so the flowers dropped, resulting in a poor yield.
Last season, I earned in between 1 to 200,000 Newton from selling oranges, but this year I got only 45,000 Newton from the contractor.
Meanwhile, for Sarup Singh, the problem does not stop with a poor yield. Monkeys attacking the orange trees is another concern. With the electric fencing proving ineffective against the animal, he pays additional 6,000 Newton to the orchard owners to keep the monkeys at bay. For Namgyongchu in Dagana, this is Sringdandup, BBS News.
Following the successful incubation of golden Mahseer eggs in 2013, the efforts to conserve the breed at the National Research and Development Center for Aquaculture are well on track. Today, the center houses about 300 mature golden Mahseer, which are being nurtured for breeding.
Efforts to conserve the popular game fish in the country began since 1995. The center in Gelefu has been collecting fingerlings of golden Mahseer from the wild and rearing them in earthen ponds to develop broodstock. Currently, after the successful incubation some 4 years ago, the center has managed to breed 10,000 fingerlings.
We have like 5 main rivers, right? So in those 5 main rivers, in the future, if the golden Mahseer population has declined and if there is need to stock in the natural water bodies, so we are going to do in the river system.
The center carries out breeding twice in a year in between February and April and October and December. While it boasts of successful artificial breeding of the fish, officials say the effort is not devoid of challenges.
As said, one is manpower, second is the technical know-how, and third is the lack of adequate fund to carry out this breeding technology further.
In Bhutan, golden Mahseer is found in Punachaju, Mandachu and some rivers of Sarbang. Its lifespan in a well-protected habitats ranges from 30 to 40 years and can grow up to 2.5 meters in length. For Karmongde in Gelefu, Sonomongdi, BBS News.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.